medicine, and other areas of concern. He also emphasized the need to employ the use of irradiation techniques in reducing the scourge of cancer by protecting foods and water, amongst other healthy practices. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
With the recent flag of the Renewed Hope initiative of the First Lady across the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, coordinator of the program in the FCT, Adedayo Benjamin Slani, has continued to get in touch with the hard-to-reach areas in the territory with humanitarian gesture. Aisha Obali brings us up to speed with the reception in communities so far.
Of office, the President Bola Tinubu administration rolled out 8-point renewed hope agenda, mostly people-oriented, with a view to alleviating poverty and empowering the vulnerable for self-sustenance. Through the Office of the First Lady, the Renewed Hope Initiative is coordinated. The Renewed Hope Initiative flagged off across the nation and the 6 area councils of the Federal Capital Territory. Ramata Abubakar, a full-time housewife, is one of the beneficiaries of the First Lady's Renewed Hope Initiative. She believes with this empowerment, she can now be self-reliant and contribute to the family.
Yesterday, I made 1,500 naira, and for this one, I'm likely to make 2,000 or even more.
It is just the wisdom, like the Rwandan model, of bringing women into the place of modeling, engaging interventions for community action and for administrative deployment.
Visiting the leprosy colony, the 1,000 naira grant for the elderly, the grant for women in agriculture flagged off for the North Central State, and in Jos precisely, just to mention but a few.
The grant was for women who are already in that value chain. So it could be agrarian, livestock, poultry, aquaculture. We are working with you to build it. So yes, they've identified that. But Her Excellency has extended it for it to be 100.
She says the First Lady's Renewed Hope initiative covers a whole lot of program, all in a bid to deliver on the promises made to Nigerians. In Abuja, Aisha Obali, NTA News.
And Aisha Obali is standing by for an update on that report. Aisha, tell us more on your observation of the humanitarian services within the FCT.
Thank you very much, Ogochukwu. Just like I already highlighted in that report, it's a humanitarian intervention which has been flagged off across the zones in the country. And so FCT has queued in to start implementation of that intervention. Now, but something has to be put straight, which is people have been asking, is it women, just women intervention? No. The slogan of Renewed Hope Initiative is better life for families. So from that slogan alone, you understand that the initiative is supposed to reach every family in Nigeria, but specifically giving priority to vulnerable groups. That is why this intervention has already been put in place, and the people coordinating it have hit the ground running. Now, if you look at in my report, I talked about the leprosy colony. The coordinator here in the FCT has visited most of the area councils and other vulnerable groups. She has visited the leprosy colony. There was an initiative on 21st of December to give grants to the elderly. And 16th of April precisely, the North Central flagged off its agricultural program in Jos, to be precise. She has gone to meet the widows. She has gone to the orphanages. She has been crisscrossing, just like I said, touring around the FCT to see that they meet, the initiative gets to the grassroots because it's a community-based initiative and it's people-oriented, meets the people that is supposed to cater for. Now, what is the package in this program? We have is an all-inclusive intervention. We have the health, which is supposed to give a full-range health care to Nigerians. We have the education, giving scholarship to Nigerians. We have the agricultural aspect, which is supposed to provide farm tools and equipment and even training for small-scale farmers. We have the Zero Hunger initiative and Zero Hunger initiative. It's all encompasses social investment, economic empowerment, so that people can start up businesses. So if you look at the package in that program, it's an all-inclusive intervention that is to meet every vulnerable Nigerian. Now, looking at Abuja, Abuja is a cosmopolitan city, yes. So this intervention, because it's also being flagged off in other states and they have their own coordinators, so it is here in Abuja. So long as you're a resident in Abuja, you are also entitled to be part of this intervention or be a beneficiary of this intervention. But just like I said, specifically is looking at the vulnerable groups first: girls, women, widows, people with disabilities, and the rest of them.
I'm sure you've interacted with some of the beneficiaries there. So what are their responses? Are they excited about this?
Very, very excited. Like the woman, Gariki village was one of the communities that benefited from this intervention. One of the first point call for the coordinator, who is Adedayo Benjamin's Lani. This is the first place she visited while she was going around the FCT. So most of the women I met, they were really happy. They applauded this program. They have commended the First Lady, and they are appreciative. But just like Oliver Twist, they are still asking for more. But I believe that with what we have on the lineup, I think the other communities as well and the area councils will be reached out. You know, we have 62 wards in the FCT, and she has been visiting the FCT coordinator Adedayo Benjamin Lani, who is also the mandate secretary for Women Affairs, has been visiting these communities, and I believe is going to cover those communities that they've already mapped out. But I must speak about the structure. There's a structure already put in place. How are they going to reach more communities? There's a structure already in place, because in other states, the state governors have been integrated to coordinate the activities of the Renewed Hope Initiative. So, but here in the FCT, she is integrating the traditional ruler's wife in the communities, because they know the people in the communities, so that they can cover more people, they can reach more people.
All right, very, thank you very well, Aisha, there for that wonderful update. Thank you so much. All right, we'll now be heading to Lagos, where NAFDAC is selling adulterated cosmetic outlets, and Hingino is our guide.
Thank you, Ogochukwuka. Acting upon its mandate to regulate and control the manufacturing and distribution of food and drugs, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has sealed about 5 major distribution and retail outlets specialized in promotion of adulterated cosmetic products. Lanre Belay, who was part of the NAFDAC's operational entourage, reports.
Acting on credible information and intelligence report, officers of the agency caught up with some shop owners unawares and found them culpable of distributing and selling the unregulated cosmetic products.
Bring the receipt. Bring the receipt. Bring the receipt. Anything that you think is useful to you from this shop.
The team leader, after sealing some shops, said the alleged adulterated products will be subjected to a laboratory test.
Any product that is not registered, we cannot vouch for the quality and safety of the use of this product by the general public, since it is our mandate as an agency to safeguard the health of Nigerians and ensure that all regulated products are safe and of good quality.
He also revealed that those found guilty of the law will be charged to the court for distributing and selling unregulated products with a fine of 5 million naira as stipulated by the law if found guilty. In Lagos, Lanre Bilayi, NTA News.
Now talking security, winning the war against insurgency requires concerted efforts of all and sundry, especially through civil-military relations. That is why the Nigerian Air Force is using its 60th anniversary to render free Medicare to residents of Shasha who took full advantage of the gesture in Lagos. Lynn Leneke reports.
Insecurity and protecting the territorial integrity of the country has remained topmost priority of the armed forces. This time, the Nigerian Air Force is not at the war front, but are providing comprehensive medical care to residents of Shasha, where they also operate. This initiative, which is part of activities heralding the 60th anniversary of the Air Force, is aimed at strengthening the already existing cordial relationship and access to medical care and other humanitarian service to its host communities.
This condition whereby your blood pressure consistently increased to 140/90.
Oba of Shasha and residents are optimistic that the gesture will in no small measure assist and provide succor to the less privileged in the community.
This kind of a thing is being going on every year by the Air Force. You know, it's a welcome thing, it's a welcome idea.
The experience people have against the military personnel is that they are brutal. But coming to the grassroots like this, embrace them together, you make them to feel that they are the person they can rely on.
This medical outreach by the 041 Communication Information System Depot, the commander said, is a non-kinetic line of operational activities and a directive from the Nigerian Air Force leadership to boost the civil-military relations.
Not only the Air Force provides security, we also provide medical services, we provide succor to those who cannot afford.
Medical outreach, which is ongoing, includes general consultation, diabetes, blood pressure and eye screening, issuance of prescription for glasses, and cataract screening. In Lagos, Lynn Leneke, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. Nationwide will continue in Sokoto after this break.
And thank you for joining us in Sokoto on Nationwide. The 8th Division Nigerian Army Sokoto chapter of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, NAOA, has joined the rest of the world to mark the 2024 International Day of the Boy Child. Elhat Abdullahi has the details.
The International Day of the Boy Child was founded in 2018 by University lecturer Dr. Jerome Tilkosin from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. The day focuses on boys, their well-being, their needs to feel happy, healthy, and valued within the family and community. It is a special day dedicated to raising awareness about the unique needs, experiences, and the challenges boys face around the world, and to recognize boys' basic human rights, including access to education, healthcare, and protection from violence and exploitation. The celebration at the 8th Division Nigerian Army Sokoto by the NAOA featured procession by school children from the parade ground to 26th Battalion Gate and back to parade ground. The chairperson 8th Division chapter of the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Mrs. Florence Godwin Matkot, brought goodwill from the 23rd President of NAOA, Mrs. Maria Abiodun Lagbaja. Mrs. Florence Matkot challenged parents, caregivers, family members, and the community to carefully listen to boys, care for them, and ensure their access to basic necessities of life to guarantee a better life and prosperous future for them.
Let us commit to creating a world where the boy child will be mentally sound, a world where good morals and uprightness are the watchword.
Highlight was paper presentation by an educational psychologist, Dr. Abubakar Boysifawa of Shehu Shagari University of Education, titled "Always Do What Is Right, a tip for self-protection. The theme for this year's celebration is Celebrate and Protect the Boy Child. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Vulnerable people in Kebbi State are to benefit from 23,982 assorted food items courtesy of the federal government. Governor Nasir Idris flagged off the distribution in Birnin Kebbi. Abdul Muhammad Bawa reports.
The distribution of the food items was out of the federal government's effort to cushion current economic realities to ease the suffering of the vulnerable in the country. The food items distributed in Kebbi State include maize, sorghum, and millet, among others.
Based on the directives of Mr. President, 20% of the food items due for each local government area should be given to religious organizations and 3% to be given to boarding schools in the relevant local government areas.
Governor Nasir Idris applauded President Tinubu's administration for acting in the right direction of providing the food items when the people are in need.
Your dedication to the ensuring the well-being of citizens, it is truly commendable, and I am confident that this initiative will bring much needed relief to those who are struggling.
The items were allocated to each local government area in Kebbi State for distribution. In Birnin Kebbi, Abdul Muhammad Ba, NTA News.
And that's it from here. It's back to Ogochukwu in Abuja for the continuation of the news.
Thank you, Asmao, in our Sokoto Network Center. A strategic dialogue on the achievements of the Tinubu administration in the first year in office on delivering the renewed hope agenda is expected to come up tomorrow, Friday, May 17th. Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Hassan Hadeja, said the dialogue is expected to deliberate on how to advance the gains made in the first year, symbolizing collective effort in transforming the country's prosperous destination.
Dialogue will provide a comprehensive analysis of the government's policy priorities and the delivery mechanisms that have been instrumental in translating the President's vision into tangible results. This introspective analysis will enable us to celebrate our successes, learn from our challenges, and refine our strategies moving forward.
Strategic international partnerships are the bedrock of our approach to unlocking capital, harnessing global experience and expertise. We aim to explore opportunities across multiple sectors, leveraging the strengths of our international partners to drive the delivery of the renewed hope agenda.
Agenda through enhanced international cooperation, opportunities and challenges is the keynote address to be delivered by the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. Information and National Orientation Minister Mohammed Idris has commissioned the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC 97.3 FM station. The minister promised to encourage other relevant public sector agencies to do the same and contribute to the task of informing, enlightening and sensitizing the public. Sali Ugwanara reports.
Prevention, they say, is better than cure. Rather than using the eagle eye in search of economic and financial criminals, 97.3 FM station is hitting the Nigerian airwaves as a step to boost sensitization.
But for us in the FCC, owning a radio station is not just a status symbol, but an important organ of mobilization against graft. Communication offers us stronger weapons for breaking half-truths, lies, propaganda, insinuations, and other distortions of the works that we do.
Anti-corruption fight is a war, and we do not expect that the other side will sit back without fighting too. Today there is so much misinformation and distortion of facts, especially on the social media, all in efforts to fight back. EFCC Radio 97.3 has come to correct this narrative.
This, the minister acknowledged, is in line with the ministry's core pillars.
It is indeed very important for the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to be deliberate and strategic about shaping the narratives around the all-important war being waged against corruption in our country. Rest assured that the Ministry of Information and National Orientation will do everything within its power to support you achieve your goals and objectives. We will also, working through the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, ensure that we encourage other relevant sector agencies to do likewise.
Stakeholders described the gesture as timely with the capacity to boost the Commission's communication agenda. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
And now talking politics, ahead of the Edo and Ondo governorship elections, INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu has advised security agencies to check the use of the power of incumbency to deny opposition parties access to public facilities, television and radio stations, which sometimes result in breakdown of law and order. He gave the advice at the interagency consultative meeting on election security held in Abuja. Mie Ogidi reports.
The Edo and Ondo governorship elections have entered second half. The players can sometimes be desperate. Desperation that can compromise security. So, security agencies need to brace up and be on the alert.
I urge you to keep your eyes on the electioneering process with a view to preventing violent attacks or negative mobilization.
Referee that has mastered the antics of the players, the INEC boss narrowed his findings to serve as a clue for the security officers.
The use of the power of incumbency to deny opposition parties and candidates access to public facilities, such as radio and television stations, public buildings for their campaigns and rallies, or even outdoor advertising through the imposition of excessive fees and levies, often result in the breach of the peace. We should be a bit more careful in our deployments in terms of the numbers, so that we will not overburden the system.
This meeting with security agencies rounds off the second quarterly consultative engagement by INEC with our stakeholders. Mie Ogidi, NTA News.
Kemi Akiwande is in our Ibadan Network Center to bring us more reports, one of which is that of the 2024 pilgrimage.
Ogochukuka and welcome to Ibadan. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has urged prospective pilgrims departing for the 2024 pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia to represent the state with dignity while upholding its values as they embark on their spiritual journey. Kehinde Omolosho reports that the governor's call is coming as the first batch of pilgrims is scheduled to depart on May 18.
In his address at the farewell held for the intending pilgrims, Governor Makinde emphasized the importance of showcasing the rich moral values of Oyo State to the rest of the world. He challenged the pilgrims to foster goodwill and promote peaceful coexistence among themselves during their hajj, regardless of the part of the state they came from. Governor Makinde assured the pilgrims of the state government's support throughout their pilgrimage, as their safety and welfare is paramount to his government. Chairman Oyo State Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board, Sheikh Wahab Olamide Atere, expressed gratitude to Governor Makinde for giving prompt considerations and approvals to requests pertaining issues affecting the welfare of the pilgrims. The body says had secured a befitting accommodation very close to Aram for the pilgrims.
To inform Your Excellencies that local meals have been included in the menu list of our pilgrims. It is also worthy of accommodation checking issued for our pilgrims in Mecca, as each pilgrim will know his or her room right from Ibadan here. We have indicated their hotel and room number in each pilgrim's identity card.
A total of 1,070 pilgrims will be airlifted from Oyo State in 2 batches. Kehinde Omolosho, NTA News.
Estranged chairman of the Oyo State Park Management System, PMS, Mukaila Lamidi, popularly known as Auxiliary, declared wanted by the Nigeria Police Oyo State Command, has been arrested for various criminal activities within Oyo State and kidnapping at Okeogun and Ibarapa axis of the state. Grace Ayonleke reports that this was during the routine media briefing and parade at the command headquarters, Eleyele.
Sequel to the manhunt launched against sacked chairman of the Oyo State Park Management System, PMS, Mukaila Lamidi, popularly known as Auxiliary, the fugitive chieftain has eventually been apprehended in an interagency raid that lasted 11 months.
It has become imperative to affirm to the general public about our resolve to deal decisively with any criminally motivated individual or group who intends to flip the state retrogressively into the historical dark age of the Wild West.
Recall that he was declared wanted on the 2nd of June 2023 by the Oyo State Police Command in connection with offenses ranging from murder, attempted murder, arms dealing, armed robbery to kidnapping, amongst others. A coordinated intelligence-led raid on his Diamond Hotel residence at the Egbeda area of Ibadan between the 30th and 31st of May 2023 led to the arrest of 78 suspected PMS members for alleged involvement in civil disorder, those who are currently serving various jail terms, and recovery of sophisticated firearms and dangerous weapons. He is now transferred to the judiciary for onward prosecution in Ibadan. Grace Ayonleke, NTA News.
And that's it from Ibadan. We'll join Muhammad in Kaduna after the break.
In Kaduna, more than 1,000 people in Kaduna State have benefited from free medical care services courtesy of the Nigerian Air Force. Haruna Muhammad reports that the medical outreach is in commemoration of the Nigerian Air Force at 60.
With the motto, willing, able and ready, the Nigerian Air Force has over the years been a crucial component of the military tri-service war against terrorism, banditry and kidnapping. This medical outreach is part of activities lined up to commemorate Nigerian Air Force at 60. Bashir Jafar, Ahmed Yakubu and Rehana Aminu are among beneficiaries of the medical outreach.
Giving medication here free. There is the eye section, dental section, there is lab. They will be giving medicine free. We are so happy.
It's very important and people participate, and I think they are extending the good gesture to the community. We thank them and we are using this opportunity to tell them happy anniversary 60 years.
Special guest of honor, Air Training Command, Air Vice Marshal Nnamdi Ananaba says the Nigerian Air Force deem it fit to give back to its host community, being that health is wealth. They explained that the beneficiaries will undergo medical consultation, free eyeglasses, sugar and blood pressure check, malaria test, as well as counseling, all free, among others.
This is just part of our appreciation to the people of Nigeria to show that yes, you have supported us and we are ever ready to protect you whenever we can.
This is a very good effort made by the Nigerian Air Force, making them 60 years. So we appreciate their effort and we thank them, especially, even me, I went tested and they gave me advice.
The medical outreach by the Nigerian Air Force is part of its corporate social responsibility and also in commemoration of the Nigerian Air Force at 60. In Kaduna, I am Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
The federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Power, has kick-started Jigawa Energy City project, aimed at generating over 1,000 megawatts of electricity in the state. Muhammad Musa Askira reports.
Led by the Assistant Director in the Federal Ministry of Power, Dino Tomitope, the team says the Federal Ministry of Power is ready for the uptake of the project, which was initiated by the previous administration but could not continue due to some issues that cropped up from the side of the Federal Ministry of Power. The team's visit to the state, therefore, is to finalize the preparation for the commencement of the federal project in the state.
The Jigawa Energy City is a 1,000 megawatt solar park that has industrial layout. It has an university, and it also has a lot of ancillary services based on the master plan study that has been done by GoPark Intech, a German consultancy firm. The study was sponsored by the African Development Bank.
Governor Umar Namadi expressed the state's readiness to grant all the necessary support to ensure the success of the projects because of its importance to the economy of the state and the country. He, however, appeals to the Federal Ministry of Power to play its role efficiently and guide the consultants involved in the project appropriately to get things right.
I'm appealing to the Federal Ministry of Power. This project is not a Jigawa project, it's a project for this country. And like you said, this project will definitely improve industrialization in this country, will provide employment, and will reduce a lot of issues, problems that we are having in this country. So I think it is important the Federal Ministry of Power take this project very seriously this time.
The 1,000 megawatts of power to be generated from the projects when completed will go a long way in boosting the industrialization plan and addressing many economic and unemployment challenges in the state and the country at large. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
And that's our contributions from Kaduna back to Ogochukwuka Ona in our Abuja studio.
Thank you, Mohammed Umar Jingi. Now, concerned over the rate of brain drain in the health sector, the Nigerian Medical Association has expressed readiness to work with governments to stem the tide. In a communique at the end of its 64th Annual General Conference held in Calabar, which produced new national executives, the association observed with dismay the shortage of human resources and inadequate infrastructure in the health sector. The group also distanced itself from euthanasia, the practice of ending a patient's life to limit the patient's suffering. While commending state governments for their contributions to the development of the health sector, as well as improving the welfare of health workers, the association says its doors are open for collaboration towards improving the well-being of Nigerians. And now, sports update.
In a bid to enhance diplomatic relations with Nigeria through sport, the United States diplomatic mission is supporting and promoting greater involvement of Nigerian youth in breakdance sports. They are also advocating for improved facilities to enable them to meet international standards in Olympic sports competitions. As part of this initiative, two sports envoys from the United States, Maka Malik, also known as Big Girl, and Jacob Lyons, also known as B-Boy Kujo, are conducting coaching clinics for break dancers and their coaches.
The hope is, as it is in the Olympics now, that that young girls are able to see it right on the screen and see the B girls compete and feel like, oh, I'm able to do that as well. So starting when we first started off, there weren't that many B girls participating.
I work with a group of differently abled B-boys. At the moment, all men. We haven't found any women to join our group, but we are 8 differently abled B-boys from all different countries of the world. One of our members is from Congo, from the continent here, and he has polio. We have another member with crutches, 2 members with crutches. One member without a leg, had one leg amputated, one member with a shorter arm and a shorter leg, and one member with both legs very short, and so on and so forth.
Abia Warriors successfully climbed out of the relegation zone by securing a 2-0 triumph against Rivers United at the Umuahia Township Stadium on Wednesday. This victory ended their winless streak of 10 matches in the Nigerian Premier Football League, and it marked the first time since April 2018 that Abia Warriors emerged triumphant against Rivers United in a league match. With 44 points from 32 games, Abia Warriors have now moved up to the 10th position. And finally on tennis, Alexander Zverev inched closer to securing his second Italian Open Championship as he battled to a 6-4, 6-3 victory over Taylor Fritz in the quarterfinals. Despite encountering an injury scare early on, Zverev showcased formidable serving skills against Fritz, a fellow powerful player. This triumph follows his previous clay court success in Rome in 2017. For Sports Update, Bright Ebuchu, NTA News.
Many thanks for watching. As we round off the bulletin, do have a lovely evening.
At